And let's repeat that. Coming back to your knees as you inhale, shift forward. And as you exhale, take the hips back and into downward dog. Let's take a breath in, lift the heels and lower the heels on your exhale. And now come back to the knees. And one more time, shifting into downward dog. And this time we'll take a couple extra breaths here. You can just lift the heels as you inhale, lower the heels as you exhale. Just kind of opening the feet, breathing into the whole body. Nice, slow, deep, and smooth breath. Now, next breath, bend your knees, lift your gaze, and step to the front of your mat. We'll take a breath in to lift the heart. You can soften the knees if your hamstrings are tight, and then bow your head to your heart. And let's sit deeply, take your arms to the side. We'll come up in one big breath, just pushing down, lifting the heart. Exhale the hands to the heart. Lift your shoulders up and back. Lift your collarbones. Find your hamstrings. We're going to move up and down into a forward fold. So as you breathe in, just lengthen the spine. Draw your chin towards your throat. And exhale, slide your hands to your ankles and bow your head. And then inhale, sliding back up. And let's repeat that, but we're going to do that longer exhale. We'll take a 5-count exhale. If your hamstrings are tight, work with the knees bent as much as you need to. Coming up on the inhale. Now a 6-count exhale. I'd really like for you to get your belly and your thighs close together here. And now a 7-count exhale. Top of the breath, collarbones lift, chin is down, throat is back, 8-count exhale. We're going to stay in the forward fold for several breaths. And as you breathe in, you can let the heart lift slightly. So just undulate on the breath. And as you exhale, see if you can bring your belly and your thighs closer together. Still with that long 8-count exhale. Two more rounds. Last breath. So the exhale is about twice as long as your inhale. And now bend your knees again, deep bend. Take your arms to the side. Come all the way up on a breath. And then exhale the hands to the heart. And just pause here for a moment. Samastiti. Just settling into your bones. And I give you this thought that we'll come back to during the practice. I am not my thoughts. I am that which observes the thoughts. I am not my thoughts. I am the one experiencing the thoughts, witnessing the thoughts. Okay, now let's step to the front of your mat. We'll take just a little modified sun salutation. So just to get ourselves moving with a flow, And an ease, we inhale the arms overhead. Any path arms as you fold, bow your head to your heart. Inhale to lift the heart out of the belly, stepping back into downward dog. Inhale to come to that all fours position. And this time relax your toes and exhale into child's pose. Squeeze the belly to the back body. As you come forward, back to all fours, now curl your toes and lift your hips up and back. And let's just stay for a couple breaths here. And in these 2 breaths, smooth out your breath. Take deep breaths. And then bend your knees, lift your gaze. Step or float the feet to the front of your mat. Take a breath in and a breath out. And again, we'll bend the knees deeply. Take your arms side and come all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart. Let's take that whole pattern. Here we go. Inhale. Really deep inhale. Exhale. As you exhale, squeeze the belly to the back body. Release the belly as you inhale. Stepping back, downward dog as you exhale. Come to the knees as you inhale. Relax your toes. And now deep squeeze of the low belly, like squeezing out a sponge. Inhale to all fours. Curl your toes. Exhale into downward dog. And we'll stay again for a couple breaths. You might have a different rhythm than me. It's most important that you're linking your movement to your breath, and that your breath is long and deep and smooth. Let's take one more breath here, and continuous with no breaks. The quality of the breath really creates, it determines, let's bend the knees, lift the gaze, the quality of your mind. Take a breath in, folding, bowing. Bend your knees deeply, arms side. Inhale all the way. Exhale, hands to heart. So this time through, as we continue, inhale, really finding a quality to your breath that is the quality you want to have in your mind. Inhale. Nice and smooth and steady. Exhale. Coming to all fours on the inhale. As the breath becomes more and more fluid, notice how the movement in the body becomes more fluid. Come to all fours, curl your toes, and downward dog. Stay for several breaths. Each time you exhale, remember that low belly squeezing towards the back body. As you inhale, there's a feeling of expansion through the whole body. And as you exhale, integrating, stabilizing. Bend your knees, lift your gaze, bring your feet forward. And again, inhale. Squeeze the belly here, bow the head. Bend the knees, arms side, and come up all the way. Let's take it one more time. Fluid, deep breath. Diving forward. Downward dog. Continuous now to the knees. Relax the toes. Squeeze the belly, bow the head. Child's pose. Fluidly forward, curl the toes. And downward dog. And as you stay now, Inhale to expand, push with your hands. Root your arms in their sockets. Exhale, squeeze the navel back. Find that stability. 2 more breaths like that. Inhale to expand and exhale to find your anchor points. Okay, bend your knees, lift your gaze, and step to the front of the mat. And take a breath in, lifting the heart. And exhale and bow. Bend the knees, take the arms side, and come all the way up. Exhale. Beautiful. Okay. Let's turn to the front of to the side, long edge of your mat. And we're going to move in and out of a twist in wide-legged pose. Yeah. So begin by opening the inner heels wide so the outer edges of your feet are parallel to each other. And we'll take the arms open as you inhale. And now I'm going to do opposite speak. So I'll be bending my right knee, but I'll say left knee just to be clear here. So inhale and bend your left knee as you exhale and bring your right hand in front of the foot and turn and look at the sky. Now bend the knee even more to come up, inhaling. Beautiful. Exhale, bend the right knee and take your left hand in front of or beyond your right foot as you turn and look at the sky. And then drop the hips even more to come up. And again, exhale, moving down, nice and smooth, and we'll lengthen this. So this is our 5 counts. And then inhale, coming up, no need to count, just come up with some breath. 5 count exhale. Inhale, coming up. 6 count, how do you slow it down? Drop the hips to come up. Second side. It's almost like a moving meditation as we slow it down more and more. 7 counts. Beautiful. Okay, let's go to side 1, and we're going to stay there. And now without counting the breath, we'll just stay and breathe. Breathing in, pressing into the ground. And as you exhale, begin to open the chest. Now, as you inhale, you can draw the right thigh back. And as you exhale, move the right shoulder forward towards that left knee. Breathing in. There'll be a slight unwinding as you exhale deep and flatten your lower back ribs. Just 2 more breaths. I am not my mind. I am that which observes the mind thinking. Last breath. See if you can witness what you're experiencing. And then when you're ready, bend the knee and come all the way up. And we'll exhale side 2. Take a moment to turn this palm. Should have said that on side 1, so the fingers point towards your foot. And that will just help you find that twist. And as you breathe in, now draw the right thigh back. And as you exhale, move the left thigh back. Move the left shoulder forward. And then let the breath move through the pose. Each exhale, squeeze the belly and feel the belly skin sliding left. And as you stay in the pose now, see if you can step back and witness what you are experiencing. I am not the body. I am that which experiences the body. One more breath. Beautiful. And then coming back to center and bringing your arms down. Take a moment for them to rest. Bring your feet together. Okay. And let's take a little chair pose. Yeah. I'm going to turn a little so that you can see on the diagonal. Let's take the arms overhead. And breathing in. Very simply now, I guess I'll go this way. Let's sit into a chair pose. Yeah. Okay. And of course, if you need to put the arms somewhere else, you can, if your shoulders get fatigued, you can bring your hands to the back of the head. Otherwise, this will strengthen your back to lift the thumbs back, yeah? And as you breathe in and lengthen the spine, you can come up slightly. As you exhale, sit deeper, knees behind toes. And now inhale, soften the pelvic floor. As you exhale, sit back, gently lift the pelvic floor. On the inhale, belly soft, the pelvic floor soft. On the exhale, squeeze the belly back and engage the pelvic floor up. And just take a couple more rounds here. So it's like the pelvic floor is breathing with you. As you inhale, it just softly releases. And then not a lot of effort, but as you exhale, you just tone it up. Follow the breath, last round. Beautiful. Come all the way up. And exhale, lower your arms. Okay, let's come back to our wide-legged pose. Actually, I'd like to, we're just going to move up and down from this pose. So again, open the inner heels wide. So that will help the pelvis fold forward. We'll start with the arms to the side as you breathe in. And as you exhale, find your shins and bow your head and just slide the hands to the ankles. Now, please come up halfway. Let your arms open to the side. Find that nice strong back position and then exhale, folding back down. Then we come up through the halfway place, inhaling all the way up. And then exhaling all the way down. We come back into that meditative, moving meditation. So inhale up halfway. Exhale down slow and smooth. Inhale up all the way. Exhale down smoothly. And let's take it again. Leaning forward, lifting the hands, the back of the head. And as you exhale, bow the head, squeeze your belly to the back body. All the way up. All the way down. Let's do it one more time halfway. Come halfway up. Lean forward, picking up the backs of the hands, back of the head. And now as you exhale, we'll stay in the forward fold. Yeah, just gently pulling up on the outer ankles, breathing in, and as you exhale, move the shoulders away from the ears and begin to press now your belly towards your thighs. So we're actually strengthening the back by pushing and strengthening the deep low belly. And breathing to soften the belly on the inhale and engage the low belly on the exhale. 2 more rounds. Beautiful. Okay. Let's come up to standing. Just make your way up. This time take the arms all the way overhead. And exhale, step your feet together. Come towards the front of your mat and just another pause. I am not my body. I inhabit the body. I experience the body. I witness the body. Okay. So let's come facing the front of your mat now. We're going to come into a little sequence of 2 poses. So take the right foot behind you. I'm going to start with a warrior 3. And this can be done very mildly and it can be done very strongly. And so those of you, I'll give you the whole range. We're going to start with the hands on the back, like I have mine on the sacrum, and roll your shoulders up and back. And take a moment now to anchor your tailbone down, to lift, tone the pit of the belly so you feel connected through the core of the body. And just shift forward until the back foot comes off the floor. There we go. There's the beginning of the pose. And if you just lift that back heel without losing connection, and you might not go very far, that's the pose right there. At a certain point, some of you might need to bend your knee if you feel that knee is strained, yeah? And maybe you can go horizontally. Now, if you want a stronger pose here, still maintaining this lift in the core, you can take one arm overhead, you can take both arms overhead, or you can be like a little Superman and take your arms to the side. So just take a couple more breaths here. And remembering, I am not my body. I am that which experiences the body. I am not my mind. Let's take 2 more breaths. Remember that your breath is smooth and deep. Be glad that you're not having to talk through all of this. Let's take an inhale and exhale. Bend your knee and find the ground. Yeah, we're not quite done. So really with the knee bent, I do want your belly close to your thigh here. You could use a chair if the ground is too far. You're going to grab your shin with your back hand, left hand, and then begin to pull up on the ankle. And maybe you can lift that other leg higher. Maybe you can bow your head into the shin. Doesn't matter how far your leg goes. Just be steady in the pose, wherever it is. Breath is long and smooth and deep. And then let's release the leg down. Come elbows to knees. Take a little moment here. And then make your way up to standing. Yeah. So adjust. Take a moment to adjust while I adjust my cord. All right. So now you know what's coming. And it's got some strength to it. I don't want you to hurt yourself. So practice it in a way that allows you to sustain it, to be there and not drop out of it. So if going too far makes you drop out of it, back off a little bit, because I do want you to experience being somewhere that's just a little bit uncomfortable, right? So that you can practice not being your mind, not being the body. So let's start with the hands on the sacrum. So now the left foot back, and I like to roll my shoulders up and back. That helps me access this lift through the core of the body. Tailbone is anchored.
And now we're just going to shift forward onto that right foot. Lift the back foot just a half an inch. You feel what that is. Breathe in here. And now it's the back leg that drives the pose. So once the back leg stops lifting, then your chest should stop dropping. And then at some point you decide you're there. Maybe you need to unlock that bottom knee. Yeah, especially those with hyperextended knees. Maybe you want to take one arm overhead or the other arm overhead or both. And just stay now and be steady. I am not my mind. I am the witness to those thoughts. I am that which experiences the mind thinking. Take one more breath here. And then as you exhale, bend your knee to drop your hands to the mat. And wrap your arm around the back of the leg. Begin to pull up on the ankle as you bow your head. And now see if as you push the ground away with that right foot, you can float the left foot higher. And again, I am not my mind. I am that which experiences the mind thinking. Okay, and let's release the pose. Now, you come back to standing. I'd like to take a full chair pose. Now, if your hamstrings or your Achilles are tight, you might like to have a little something under your heels. This cushion is perfect for me. I'm tight, but I would like to turn, so I think I'll just use nothing. Yeah, okay. So we're just going to come down, arms overhead this time. And as you sit into chair, let's bring the feet together so you can hug your knees against each other. Yeah. And now breathe in. And as you exhale, sit back a little farther. Then pause for the inhale, press the knees together. And exhale, sit a little farther. And let's take the arms horizontal for a couple breaths and see if you can get more space. Hips back, fingers forward. Yeah, arms horizontal. Each exhale sitting a little deeper. Now either stay here with the arms horizontal or lift the arms by the ears. Go as low as you can. Breathing. Compressing the belly with your exhales. One more breath. And then make your way smoothly up. Beautiful. And exhale the arms down. And then just pause here. I am not my mind. I'm that which experiences the mind thinking. Okay, this next pose we're going to do very simple. You have the option to stay with your feet close together or to take a wide-legged pose. We'll interlace the fingers on the back and roll the shoulders up and back and squeeze the shoulder blades closer on the back. If your shoulders are tight, you can hold a strap or a sweatshirt between your arms, but I do want your inner elbows to point out and not in. So if you're holding a strap, you want the elbows, the eyes of the elbows looking out, okay? And so let's take a deep squat. And on your inhale, lift your hips, lower your head, take the arms overhead. And let's just settle into the pose with that full inhale that moves smoothly through the body. And a nice steady exhale, a complete exhale that finishes at the navel. So really focusing on the smooth quality of the breath. Remember, the quality of the breath is a perfect mirror to the quality of mind. So we shape the breath to shape the mind.
One more breath. You can release your arms and take a moment here. However you want your arms, just take a moment for your shoulders to adjust. Yeah. Okay. Let's come down to all fours. Yeah. So we're going to take a pose from kneeling. So you might need a blanket under your shins, those of you with bony knees. Yeah. We're going to start in a child's pose and come all the way up onto the knees on the inhale. And you'll notice as you take the arms overhead, the collarbones will lift. So I want you to use that to draw the chin down, take the throat back. So we find this throat lock. And then we maintain the throat lock as you exhale down nice and slowly, rounding the lower back, turning the head one way. So let's begin together. Hands on the back. Here we go. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead. Find your throat lock. And as you exhale, bring the hands to the back and round the back, squeeze the belly, and we'll turn the head one direction. Chest to thighs, butt to heels. And now inhale all the way up. Find your throat lock, chin down, ears back. And now exhale the other way with the head turning. It's a nice, slow, smooth movement. Repeat that. Inhale all the way up. Find the throat lock. And exhale smoothly down. And inhale up. Find the throat lock, ears back, and listen to the soft, shushing sound of the breath. And let's take it one more time. And this time, keep the head right in the middle. And take a moment now in child's pose. Bring your arms in front of you. Couple breaths here, just settling. And now we're going to move into Parshva So walking your arms to the right. Let me turn so that I can be seen. Walking the arms right to open the left waist. The head right between the arms. Good. Come back to center. And when you're ready, then walk the arms left. You can kind of lift the belly up and drop it over the thigh. Find a little twist in the pose. And once you're open now, bring the head between the arms. The breath is deep and smooth. The breath is in the body and the mind is in the breath. Good. All right, let's come back to center. And let's see. Let's come on to your backs. Make sure I'm not gonna. We're gonna take a little variation of bridge pose. We'll move dynamically. Oh, that's better. Yeah.
Yeah. So just plant your feet now, hip distance apart, and right by the sitting bones, and the arms by your side. Yeah. And so now we'll inhale, lift the hips and sweep the arms overhead. And exhale, lower sequentially through the spine all the way down. And repeat that. Inhale to lift the hips. Fill the chest, fill the belly. And exhale to lower. Okay, now please bring your feet a little wider apart, just a couple inches wider. And we're going to repeat that. Inhale to lift the hips. And you'll find you can go farther with the feet wider. And exhale to lower. And just a smooth movement. Good. Let's bring the feet together, feet touching. You won't go as high. This builds more stability. So inhale, just go to the height that happens. And don't judge it if it's not very high. And exhale, lower down. And repeat that. Inhale. Feeling of stability is a feeling of restraint often. And then we come back to that neutral starting point, feet just hip distance apart. Here we go, last 2 breaths. And we'll take a moment while we're here. If you'd like to interlace your fingers under your back, take the shoulders under you. Get that little bit of openness to the chest. Take a couple breaths. And I don't need you to have the pelvis really high here, so let the pubic bone relax down. And just press your feet into the mat with the shins moving away from the heart. Press down through the outer upper arm bones. Just a couple breaths here. Beautiful. And then we'll come down. You can just kind of sit for a moment on your wrists and turn your head each way. When you're ready to release, come back to Apanasana. We're going to shift now onto the belly and take very gentle back bend from the belly, Shalabhasana. Okay. I want to make sure I can see. I'm going to move back just a bit. Since I'll be all the way down, I want to make sure you can see me. Yeah. Good. Okay. Yeah. So we're going to start with the hands just by the ribs comfortably, and feet are going to be wide, so towards the corners of your mat. And so take a moment now just to root your tailbone, and as you pull the tailbone down towards the heels, lift the pit of the belly up and feel that's your anchor point. Yeah. It'll make the legs feel a little heavier into the mat when you do that. As you take that back pedaling, that's your starting point. And now let's lift the shoulders and lift the chest. And now on an inhale, we'll lift the right leg and the chest. And exhale, lower it down. Let's turn your head. And now root the tail, shoulders lift the left leg. And exhale, lower it down, turn your head. And now we lift both legs as you inhale. Stay here and squeeze the knees together. Try to kiss your kneecaps. Inhale, open, lift a little higher, and exhale down. That's the pattern. Let's repeat it. Root the tail, lift the shoulders, lift the right leg, and lower it down. Root the tail, lift the shoulders, lift the left leg. That's the inhale. Exhale, lower it down. Inhale, lift everything that you've got going. Exhale, stay and squeeze the knees together. Inhale to open and exhale down. And let's take it one more time. Inhale, right leg. Exhale, lower. Inhale, left leg. Exhale, lower. And now lift everything. We're going to squeeze open a few times. So squeeze. Inhale to open. Lift a little higher. Exhale to squeeze. 2 more times. Inhale to open. Exhale to squeeze. 1 more time. And squeeze. And rest. And just take a moment here for yourself. Wherever you want your arms is fine. And as you breathe in and out, I want you to feel the breath moving into the small of the back as you inhale. So you feel the lower back expand and the kneecaps get heavy on the inhale, and on the exhale, it just settles. Take a few breaths like that, really directing your breath into the lower back. And if your head was turned one way, let's turn it the other way. Beautiful. Okay. Now we're going to shift again. Let me move my mat a little closer. Although maybe that's good that I'm there. Let's see. Let's shift again onto our backs. I think I'll stay here. Yeah. Okay. So back to Apanasana with a difference. Yeah. Excuse me. Let's take, actually, let's take a little pause here before we do that pose. We'll take the right knee and just hug your right knee into your chest. Puff your chest. Move your shoulders towards the mat, away from the ears. Reach through the left heel. Just get really long from the heel to the crown. Okay, and now inhale. We're moving into a twist. Open the arms and let the knee fall open. And as you exhale, move the knee and the hip across the body into a twist. And let's move out of it on the inhale. And as you exhale into it, notice we're not using the left hand. I want you to use the strength in your belly to feel where that twist happens from. Do that twice more. You notice in this practice, we're moving a lot in and out of poses on the breath. And this allows us to link body to mind through breath. Yeah, we create that link. Let's stay in the pose now and take your hand to that knee. If you like, any props that you need, yeah, you could put a prop under the knee if you like. If you press this knee now up into the hand, that will help you find, as you exhale, the belly rolling and sliding towards the right, away from that top knee on the exhale. So feeling a fullness in the belly on the inhale that allows for a little unwind. And then squeeze the belly and feel it deepening and moving you into the twist. Good. Let's come back to the spine. Take a little Apanasana moment. Straighten out your back. And now we'll hug the left knee, reach through the right heel. And as you hug that knee, be mindful of your shoulders. So draw the shoulders up and then bring them into the ground. So the shoulders really grounding you, and that lets your chest open and helps you bring your thigh deeper into the body. And now on your next inhale, we release the arms and let the knee float open. And now exhale, take the knee and the hip across the body. And do that 3 more times. Just moving on your breath, feeling where the twist is initiated in the very center of the body. So I was talking about the linking of the body with the breath, with the mind. That is yoga, linking body, breath, and mind all together. Let's take a hold of that knee, use any props you need to, and just make sure that you're in a twist that is sweet for your spine. So if you need to change the leg position, feel free to do so. A little upward pressure with that knee will help you feel a little more clearly that deepening and sliding open away from the knee that happens in the belly on each exhale. So work with your breath. Let the pose mold around the breath. Let's take one more complete breath in and out. Excellent. We'll come back to the spine. Now we'll come back to that Apanasana. Straighten out your back, a little rocking maybe. You feel balanced on the floor. I'd like you to reach for your feet with your arms outside of your knees, not inside of the knees, but outside of the knees. So you might have to unfold your feet to grab a hold. Yeah. And that'll be your starting position. Whether the feet are open or closed, it doesn't matter. So take a breath in. And as you exhale, now push through the heels towards a straight leg. Some of you will be able to straighten your legs. It doesn't matter if they're straight. On the inhale, just soften. Let the heels come towards the butt. And on the exhale, push the heels away from the butt. Now, we pay attention to the whole body. As you inhale, the chin will want to lift. That's fine. You'll feel the curves of the back coming in and the neck and the upper back. As you exhale now, flatten out the upper back. Draw the chin towards the throat. Iron out the spine on the mat. Let's do that twice more. Inhale, letting the spine be easy. Exhale, flattening out, ironing out the spine into the floor. So this isn't about the legs, this is about the spine. Take one more round. Chin releases. Now as you exhale, you're finding your throat lock, Jalandhara Bandha. And we're going to stay just for 4 breaths here. Hold the pose, inhale, and on the exhale, reestablish Jalandhara Bandha. Collarbones lifted, ears pressing towards the floor. Jalandhara Bandha is this beautiful holding in the throat that helps us quiet the mind. When we have this throat lock, as I've been calling it, the mind gets really soft. Last breath. Beautiful. Okay. We're going to come to sitting. So in your timing now, take a moment and make your way to the side. And we're coming into Janu Shirshasana. Yeah. I'm going to just do that. I'm going to adjust the mat so that I can look a little bit, talk at you. That's nice. Yeah. Okay. Let's take the right knee, bring the right knee in. Now, in this forward fold, if your hamstrings are tight, I want you to work with this knee bent. Again, when we forward fold, a goal is to get the belly and the thigh close together. That's more important to me. That protects the back than stretching out the hamstring. The hamstring will stretch wherever it is in a forward fold. So if you're working with the knee bent, you can even put a prop underneath it if you have something. If this knee is in the air, please put a prop underneath it, a pillow, a block, whatever you have. A sweatshirt rolled up is great. Widen your sitting bones. Roll your shoulders up and back. Lift your collarbones. Drop your chin and take the throat back. Now, without losing this lifted front body, let's take the arms overhead and get even taller as you inhale. Maintain the throat lock and exhale over the leg. And let's do that, increasing the exhale. So if that was 4, this is now 5. Use the power in your belly to pull you forward. 5 counts. Reach forward and up on the inhale. 6 count exhale. Reach out to come up. 7 count exhale. Last one. 8 counts. We're going to stay in the pose with that longer exhale. So grab a hold of your foot with your right hand. Your left hand can be on the foot. It can slide under the calf or be on the floor, or even with your thumb holding the hip crease. So find it wherever you'd like that left hand to be. And keep breathing with this 4 count inhale and 8 count exhale. And the inhale creates a little lift through the front line of the body, lifting the heart out of the belly. And on the exhale, press the small of the back towards the thigh. Just imagine somebody has their hand there on the exhale, and they're just supporting a little pressure. And that will help you activate deep in the core of the body. Two more breaths like that. When you're ready to lean back, come up slowly. Take your time. Before side 2, we're just going to take a little moment to jiggle that knee. And then we'll change sides. Yeah. Okay. So again, any props that you need, take a moment to futz. Get the pose the way you like it. And once you're there, we want to pull the sitting bones wide to help tip that pelvis forward. Yeah. Okay, let's do the shoulder roll and lifting the collarbones. Here we go. Take one arm overhead. And now deep inner lift through the body here as you breathe in. And then exhale over the leg. We'll call the first one 4 counts just for free, whatever that rhythm is that you normally go to. Inhale up. And now we lengthen it, 5 counts. You don't have to go all the way down. Reach out to come up. And 6 counts. Maybe you go a little farther with each one. Reach out to come up. 7 counts, and I really dig my heel into the ground. That helps me activate in the core. Okay, here it is. Last one, 8 counts. And as you arrive, you grab your foot, and the left hand reaches across the body to grab the right foot. The right hand can stay at the foot or under the calf, on the floor by the side, or in the hip crease. Now, the whole time you're maintaining this connection of the throat lock, which keeps our energy building in the body and not in the mind. It sort of blocks the flow of the breath energy going into the head. And so that allows us to keep a soft and quiet mind. Inhale for 4, exhale for 8. Listen to the quiet sound of the breath. Let's take one more round here. Beautiful. When you're ready to lean back, take a little farther lean back. Maybe this time go to the elbows. Take a little jiggle. Okay. Let's take just one final little moment here. So we'll take a little Gomukhasana. Any hip opener is fine. So if you start by tucking one leg under and the other leg over, you can cross the knees right on top of each other, or you can just let this leg drape wherever it wants to drape. Yeah. So this is like a half box. And just holding on to foot, ankle, knee, any combination of body parts that are available. Let's just inhale, lift the chest and widen the sitting bones and begin to fold. And as you fold forward, you'll probably change where the arms are. Using each inhale now to lift the heart just slightly up out of the belly. And as you exhale, just go as far as your body says yes to. And now as you inhale, try to soften, use the expansion of the inhale to soften any resistance you feel in the hips perhaps. And then as you exhale, just go to that next place, whatever it is. It might be quite subtle. Inhale to soften. And exhale to shift. No need to force anything. And now be aware that the chin and the collarbones are connected to each other. Instead of the chin releasing, bring the chin towards the collarbones. So as you inhale, the heart lifts instead of the chin. Beautiful. One more nice long breath here. Just letting go. And then we'll slowly lean back. Okay. A moment to jiggle. And we change sides. So if you had the left knee under, put the right knee under. And again, you can be all the way stacked with your knees. That's one version. Or you can have the ankle above the knee. Yeah. Some of you might be in a full box. I don't know. But just find the place that really your hips are happy with. And now lift the chest. And begin by lifting the collarbones. Descend the chin and take the ears back. There's your throat lock. Breathe in. And now lean the whole body forward. Pelvis is tipping over the legs. Pause for your inhale. And again, lift the heart, lift the collarbones towards the chin. Exhale to the next place. The first couple breaths might have a lot of movement in them, but once you arrive at an edge, then it becomes more subtle. And at that point, then just settle in and feel that the inhale creates space where there's constriction. And then the exhale invites you to go a little deeper. Only go as far as you can without gripping. So really tuning in the mind and the breath and the body all together here. It's like the breath is living in that hip joint or wherever you're feeling it. Hopefully not the knee or the lower back. The breath is continuous, without pause, without roughness. Let's take 3 more breaths. Use your exhale to surrender. I am not my mind. I am that which observes the mind thinking. Okay, and we come back. And you are ready now for Shavasana. So coming down onto your back. We'll make sure that you are warm and comfortable. And I'll do the same. Okay, so comfortable on your back, eyes closed. Now, as you settle here, let the whole body open to the earth. Relax the belly into the small of the back. And feel the pull of gravity as you let go of the legs and the feet and the shoulders and the head. And give in to that invitation that gravity offers to be fully supported by the earth. Now, as you breathe in and out, notice the belly rise on the inhale and the belly falls on the exhale. And as you continue to relax now, put all of your thoughts into the breath. And each time you exhale now, begin to empty the mind of thought. Each exhale empties the mind a little more. And now remembering your breath. And before you move, just take a moment to appreciate as the body is more and more deeply relaxed and heavy, supported fully by the ground. Just notice how weightless, light, clear, and open it feels. Paradoxically, it's both heavy and light. Now gently begin to deepen the breath. Moving first your toes and your fingers. And gradually begin to stretch and make your way now to your side. And then we'll come together sitting. We're going to start with a pranayama into a meditation. So I'd like you to have a nice tall spine. So sit up on props as needed. Even sitting on a chair is just fine. So that you feel that lifting of the collarbones gives you access to the lungs and the diaphragm. And you can relax into that lift. And as you're finding your place here and settling, once you feel like you're close, begin by lengthening the breath and establishing a soft ujjayi in the throat. So that just means a slight contraction of the throat, just like you're fogging up a window with your breath, only with your mouth closed instead of open. So there's just a slight shushing sound in the throat that allows you to deepen the breath. And now once you have that nice deep flow going, steady and smooth and deep, let's add some counts to it. This is a beautiful pranayama to bring you into a quiet mind. So at any pace that serves you, the inhale will be 6, a 1 count hold at the top, and then exhale for 8 and a 2 count hold at the bottom. Give yourself a couple breaths to create that rhythm. Inhale for 6, hold for 1. Exhale for 8, hold for 2. We'll take a few rounds here. Just have the intention to observe the breath. Notice any rough patches, any involuntary pauses, and simply smooth it out as you continue. Now finish the round you're on and we'll move to stage 2. Inhale for 6, hold for 1, that's the same. The exhale now, 10 count exhale with a 1 count hold at the bottom. Inhale 6, pause 1, exhale 10, pause 1. Like floating in a canoe, the mind just follows the flow of breath. Continue. When you're ready for stage 3, we'll only change the exhale again. So the inhale 6, hold 1, exhale now for 12 without any hold at the bottom. As you continue now in this stage, I invite you to lengthen the exhale beyond 12. No need to count. Just go as long as you can while remaining effortless. Let the mind dissolve into that movement of the breath. Be seamless at the end of your exhale into the next inhale. Find that organic flow. As you continue now, we add an image. The base of the spine, a downward pointing blue triangle filled with lightning. And as you exhale, sense negativity from the body, from the mind, from the heart, moves out of that triangle into the center of the earth. The lightning is a conduit. It carries negativity out of you, drains it into the earth. So as you continue now, let go of counting the breath, but still very connected to the breath. And as you breathe in, draw all negativity from the body and move it into that triangle. Brief pause. And then that long exhale. Feel the lightning now is transferring your negativity, your stress, and moving it into the core of the planet. Each inhale, drawing any shadow, any darkness from the body, the heart, the mind, collecting it into that tiny triangle, base of the spine. And exhale, witnessing, feeling, sensing the lightning, carrying it out of you, down. Now, as you settle into the image, the breath will become more and more subtle. Let go of the depth of breath and allow it to be what it wants for the practice. Continue. Eventually, the body will feel clear. The mind and heart clearing. And at a certain point, when you're ready, you just let go of the breath altogether. Hold your mind in this blue downward pointing triangle and just listening for the thunder, seeing, feeling, sensing the lightning continuing to drain your body, all the layers of your mind and heart, of all negativity still hidden within your cells. As we connect to the earth in this way and we let it support us, we come into our power. We become absolutely stable, the body relaxed and stable. The mind relaxed and stable. And there is a mantra, if you like, you can mentally repeat. Om Apanaya Swaha. Om Apanaya Swaha. Simply embracing that stability, that clarity, and that ease. Om Apanaya Swaha. Okay, and then let's begin to come back. When you're ready, take a little deeper breath in. And on an exhale, release the chin. Let's open the palms, breathing in. And bring your hands to the heart. And just bowing in gratitude to Mother Earth that supports us. And also that knowledge that we are supported. We can surrender our darkness and be supported. Namaste. Thank you all for joining in. Um, yeah, I miss seeing you all. And it's a pleasure to have a few new people, maybe some people that I haven't met. I will be back again today from 5 to 7. I'll be doing a lecture for the first half and then a very mild practice to lead into another meditation in the second half, focusing more on connecting to our inner power and building a little bit of um, cultivating that inner light. So that'll be this evening's offering. And have a wonderful day, those of you continuing with this retreat. Good job retreating at home. Yeah. All right.